The whole idea of is that we use free bets and bonuses offered by the bookmakers to make guaranteed profits. A bookmaker might be offering a free bet as an incentive to sign up with them, or just as a way to get you betting again if you're already a customer. In order to turn this bet into guaranteed cash, we bet on all outcomes of a particular game in order to ensure that we make money no matter what the result is. So how does this work? Well, it works by placing two kinds of bets. With one bookmaker, for example, Coral, we might place a bet on England to win a football match. This type of bet is called a back bet because you're backing England to win. With another bookmaker, for example Betfair, we might place a bet on England to not win a football match. This type of bet is called a lay bet because you're betting against England winning. And because we're betting on England to not win, it also includes the draw, because a draw also counts as not winning. These two bets cancel each other out completely. So if England win, we lose the lay bet on Betfair but win the back bet on Coral. And if England lose or draw, we lose the back bet on Coral but win the lay bet on Betfair. Simple, right? No matter what happens, we don't win or lose any money. The point of that bet is not to make money. It's just to qualify you for the free bet. Our profit always comes from the free bets. And don't worry, there are always more free bets up for grabs. So we get given the free bet from Coral, and we're going to use this to place another bet, this time using the free bet. We repeat the same process again, placing a back bet and a lay bet, but this time using the free cash. And since we're not using real money, we make a guaranteed profit from the bets. We have a calculator that tells us exactly how much to bet, and a piece of software that tells us what to bet on. It doesn't matter who or what we're betting on really, it's more about what the odds are, which I'll go into a bit more later. That's the basic premise. Let's try it with some real numbers. Coral are offering a £20 free bet to new customers. To claim the free bet, all we have to do is place a £5 qualifying bet. So I create my account with Coral and I deposit £5 into it. I also create my account with Betfair and I put £5 into that. So I now need to place my first bet. There are 3 steps to placing any bet. Find the bet, calculate the bet, and place the bet. When we're looking for a bet, we want the back odds on Coral to be very close to the lay odds on Betfair. So if England are at odds of 3.0 to back on Coral, we would want them to be as close to that as possible on Betfair, maybe something like 3.1. Now we have a special tool that we can use to find the bets for you. This is called the odds matching software. You can find a link to this at the top of every page on the website. Once it's loaded up, I can select Coral from the drop-down list here and press Search. What this software does is it automatically finds the odds that are closest together and displays them for you in a useful list like this. So for each match, it shows the date and time of the game or race, the name of the game or race, the name of the team you're betting on, and the type of bet it is. The rating column basically tells you how close together the bets are. Usually we want to look for things that have a rating of 95 or above. Then, over to the right, we can see the bookmaker's back odds and the exchange lay odds. Don't pay any attention to this column over on the right for now. So for Coral, our first bet needs to be above the odds of 1.5. I can enter 1.5 into this box here and select greater than or equal to, and it will only show me things above 1.5. The other things to consider is that the higher odds you go for, the more money you need in Betfair to lay the bet. Since I don't want to put any more money into Betfair right now, I'm going to go for something as close to the minimum odds as possible. So I'm going to go for this match here. I'm going to load up the match on the Betfair website first. I make sure I'm on the exchange, and I can either use the search bar at the top, or I can just find it manually. I can also do the same thing on Coral. So let's check the odds. Grandeur is at odds of 2 to lay on Coral, and 1.91 to lay on Betfair, so the odds have changed a little bit, but that's okay. If the lay odds had gone any higher, I would probably be better off finding a different bet. We're always looking for the lay odds to be as low as possible, and the back odds to be as high as possible. So we know what we're betting on. The only thing left to do is figure out how much we're going to bet. For our back bet on Coral, we know the bet is £5 because that's what Coral have said it has to be, so that's pretty simple. The part we need to work out is how much our lay bet on Betfair should be. It's not going to be exactly £5 because the odds are slightly different and because Betfair take a commission on winnings. Rather than work it out ourselves, we can click on the calculator at the top of the page and use this to work it out for us. All we have to do is make sure normal is selected at the top, enter the bookmaker stake, which we've already established is going to be £5. The bookmaker back odds are 2.0, because those are the odds for the horse on Coral's website. The exchange odds are 1.91, because those are the odds to lay the horse on Betfair. We leave the commission at 5%, and with that filled in, I can press enter on my keyboard or click in any empty space on the screen to update it. So this tells me that the amount I need to lay is £5.38. So this is what I'm going to be typing into the stake box on Betfair. So what I do now is I select the team on Coral, enter my stake of £5 into the stake box, and press place bet. Make sure the bet is definitely placed, so here it says bet placed. There we go. I then go over to Betfair, copy my lay stake from the top line of the calculator, click on the pink lay box next to the team, paste my stake into the stake box, then I press place bets and confirm bets. Boom, done. Now, if I just take a look back at the calculator, remember the point of this bet is not to make a profit. The point of this bet is to qualify us for the free bet. Despite that, however, this bet is going to make a profit of around 10 pence anyway. Normally, though, you can expect your first bet to make a loss of around 20 or 30 pence here. Not a problem. The only other thing you need to be aware of on the calculator is this liability number. Basically, the liability is the amount of money you need in Betfair to place your bet. So even though my lay stake is £5.38, I only actually need £4.90 in my Betfair account in order to place the bet. I'll explain the hows and the whys later on if you're interested, but essentially, you just need to know. This is what you type into the stake box on Betfair. This is how much money you need to have in your Betfair account. And this is how much profit or loss this bet is going to make. Again, don't worry about the how or the why for now, just accept that this is how it is. Anyway, moving on. I now get a £20 free bet instantly, which I can see if I click on any selection. It appears as a drop-down in my bet slip. What I'm going to do now is repeat that exact process again. So, find the bet, calculate the bet, place the bet. I load up the odds matching software again and make sure Coral is selected. Now, for free bets, you want to go for as high odds as possible to maximize the amount of profit it makes. Generally, with free bets, the higher odds you go for, the more profit you'll make. However, you will also need more money in Betfair. So let's say I go for something around odds of 3.5. I'm going to go for this match here. So I find the match on Betfair, and then I find it on Coral. I double check the odds are still correct, which they are. So I now need to calculate my bet. I go back to the calculator, select free bet SNR at the top. I enter my stake, which is £20, because that's the size of the free bet. I enter the Coral back odds, which are 4, and the Betfair lay odds, which are also 4, and then click on any empty area of the screen to update. This bet is going to make a profit of £14.43. If I decide that I want more profit from this, I can look for something with higher odds. For simplicity, I'm just going to stick with this for now for the video. My Betfair lay stake is £15.19, and I need £45.57 in Betfair before I can lay this. So I would deposit that into Betfair now. If that's too much for you, then you just go for something with lower odds. I'm now going to place these bets, so I click on the odds for 4 on Coral. I enter my stake of £20, and then select the free bet from the drop-down box, and then press place bets. And I can see here that this bet has been placed successfully. I now go over to Betfair and copy my stake from the top line of the calculator. I click the pink lay box next to the team and paste my stake into the stake box. I then press place bet and confirm bet. So I've backed and laid the same team. Those bets are now placed and I'm now done with this offer. Let's take a quick look at what will happen. So for my first bet, if Grandeur wins, I will lose my £4.89 at Betfair, but I'll win £5 at Coral. However, if Grandeur loses, I will win £5.38 at Betfair, less their commission of 27 pence. and I will lose my £5 at Coral. No matter what happens, I win 10 pence. On the second bet, if Shrewsbury win, I lose £45.57 at Betfair, but I win £60 at Coral. And if Shrewsbury lose or draw, I win £15.19 at Betfair, less a small commission, and I lose nothing at Coral because it was a free bet. No matter what happens, I win £14.43. So my total profit from this is £14.53 no matter what happens. Once you've practiced this a little, the entire process takes 5 minutes. Open the account, find the bet, calculate the bet, place the bet, and then repeat it again with the free bet. As you move through the other bookmakers, there are offers that vary from a few quid all the way up to several hundred quid. There are around 100 sign-up offers to complete and reload offers for existing customers posted to our website every single day. You cannot run out of bonuses. Even if you've already got a bunch of bookie accounts, you can still keep getting reload offers. This is an absolute goldmine. Now in a minute I'm going to ask you to go over to your offers page and start working your way down the list. If you're a free member, you'll see 2 offers in there, and if you're platinum you'll see around 100, as well as dozens of new reload offers posted every day. However, before you do that, I want you to make sure you take one precaution. Bookmakers are required by law to verify your identity when you bet with them. This is to make sure that you're over 18 and that you are who you say you are. Often they can do this check automatically using their databases and the electoral roll. However, sometimes they may ask you to provide ID documents to them via email. This is completely normal, it's called a KYC check, and all bookmakers are required to do it by law. If they ask you for this, you just need to send them a photo of the required documents. You can use a camera phone to take the photo and then attach it to the email back to them. I have my documents saved on a USB stick so that I can access them easily and keep them safe. Usually they're going to ask for a photo of your driving license or passport, some kind of proof of address, so any official letter with your name and address on it, like a bank statement or utility bill or tax bill. They may also ask for a photo of the front and back of the debit card that you use to deposit. If they ask for this, they only need to see the first 6 and the last 4 digits of the long card number, so you can block out the others if you wish. On the back, you can block out the same numbers and also the 3-digit CVV code. Again, this is common practice, it's completely safe and okay to do. So, now that we've got the training out of the way, go back to the members page, have a quick read of the FAQ, and then go over to the offers page and start making money.